You will eventually run upon the name Shroud if you play first-person shooters and snoop about a bit on the internet or Twitch TV. The fact that he has so many admirers, publications, and favorable reviews suggests that he is the top computer player in the entire industry. Is that actually the case? In this video, we will be talking about Michael Shroud Grzycik's career as a streamer and whether is he the best FPS player. But before we get into it, do me a favor and smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button for notifications whenever a new video is published. Gaming origin. Born on June 2, 1994, and raised in the capital of the province of Ontario, Toronto, Michael Grzycyk, also known as Shroud, started his career in Counter-Strike Global Offensive with several ESEA teams, particularly Exertus Esports and Manajuma. Shroud's father, who played video games with him since he was a little child and constructed each of their personal computers, is the source of his passion for gaming and technology. This was the reason his father was glad to buy his son the newest game systems and accessories when he was a kid. Additionally, his father was the one who first introduced him to Counter-Strike Global Offensive (CS). His father is highly supportive and attends every tournament game he plays in, even though he is unable to play with him anymore. Although initially unimpressed, the Counter-Strike Global Offensive beta was released in August 2012. As a result, he occasionally played it with his pals while spending most of his teenage years playing World of Warcraft. Wow. He gradually began to like Counter-Strike Global Offensive more as fresh updates made the gameplay better. Shroud was an extremely timid child. He started streaming when he was approximately 17 and discovered that it helped him get over his social anxiety. He only had a small group of buddies before then, and they were all gamers. He eventually came to understand that he was fairly talented from the comments on his streams, particularly those from professional gamers. But it wasn't until he finished 4th in the North American ESEA Season 15 main division in 2014 that he understood he had a genuine chance to succeed in the pro esports industry. Professional gaming career. When Shroud was a senior in high school, he loved to watch Summit 1 streams G's and was motivated to try streaming his content. Shroud started streaming when he was 17, soon after upgrading their internet package in 2012. Shroud wasn't the first game tag he used, it was previously Eclipse. He once heard another player using the name Eclipse in a different video game, liked it, and took it. However, Eclipse was already taken when he joined Counter-Strike Global Offensive, so he opted Eclipse, which he eventually switched to the synonym Shroud. His standing in tournaments improved as his skills did. Soon after, Complexity, now known as Cloud9, asked him to join their team and he did. In 2016, he assisted Cloud9 in securing the championship of the 4th season of the ESL Pro League. Shroud has over $225,000 in lifetime tournament winnings. To switch to full-time streaming for Cloud9, he left the starting roster in 2017. Shroud then quit Cloud9 and declared his departure as a professional Counter-Strike Global Offensive player on April 18, 2018, when he decided to leave and devote all of his time to streaming. He occasionally streams alongside Ninja and Dr. Disrespect. Streaming. Shroud surpassed 100,000 Twitch subscribers on March 10, 2019, and added 14,000 more the following day, giving him more subscribers than Tim the Tatman, the second most popular streamer at that time. Shroud gained a total record-breaking 101,284 subscribers, which would have brought in a minimum of $354,494 that month. This didn't include any extra money from tips, Twitch cheer bits, product sales, or affiliate sales. He continued as a full-time streamer on Twitch until after agreeing to a contract with Microsoft. He quit Twitch on October 24, 2019 and started streaming on Mixer. He would exclusively broadcast on Mixer, following fellow streamer Tyler Ninja Blevins, who had made a similar announcement earlier in the year. Microsoft then stated on June 22, 2020 that it would discontinue Mixer and work with Facebook Gaming instead. Shroud allegedly received a Facebook offer that would have been more profitable than Mixer. Shroud was given the balance of the current contract payout after declining the offer. 2 months later, he agreed to an exclusive streaming deal with Twitch. Shroud subsequently made a comeback to Twitch on August 11, 2020, as SHROUD'S. The following day, his first stream back peaked at more than 516,000 concurrent viewers. Is he the best player? Shroud has earned a reputation for amazing Counter-Strike Global Offensive gameplay moments. Although he claims that some have greater mechanics, he is also credited with having a godlike aim. He has often demonstrated his ability to function well under pressure. However, his detractors claim that he has not evolved evaluated himself against the global scene. Particularly, the matches against European teams were too infrequent to be compared. After his professional career, Shroud turned himself to full-time streaming. For a considerable amount of time, he played PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds exclusively. He made excellent skills again to stand out from the crowd here. He immediately rose to the top among Twitch's streamers. His income has consequently multiplied several times over in comparison to his professional career. Shroud has consistently maintained his prodigious ability to learn new games rapidly through his work on Apex Legends, Escape from Tarkov, Fortnite, and other first-person shooter titles, FPS. He is always at the highest skill level in every first-person shooter thanks to his natural technical talent and understanding of the play. But is that enough? Shroud is without a doubt the best PUBG player in the world if we take a look at all the streamers who participate in the game. Dr. Disrespect is only partially displayed by the combination of the finest expertise, professional work, arrogance, and entertainment. There must be a slight constraint. Naturally, Shroud considered entertaining when creating his streams. In his streams, he acts entirely differently whether he plays solo or with a team than when he would in an esports competition. You'll quickly understand that it's not a good idea to compare Shroud's gameplay to competitive gaming if you observe a few matches and the competitive environment, and then compare that to Shroud's gameplay. Professional teams and players compete against one another, which requires a variety of additional abilities and factors such as focused communication, perfectly timed training moves, and substantially more strategic considerations. For instance, a team that is just a few points from moving on to the next round of the competition acts very differently from one that is solely concerned with the current game. The particular tournament settings so have an impact on the playing style. When it comes to competitive effectiveness, we can state that Shroud is probably not the best team player in PUBG. The fact that Shroud has little chance against a competent team that has practiced effectively has been made abundantly evident in several appearances in PUBG streaming events. Shroud's gaming skill. Practice makes it perfect. Of course, having a lot of talent is helpful. Shroud started playing video games quite early, especially first-person shooters. He started training in mechanics, mobility, game sense, and timing so early that he was constantly one step ahead of his colleagues. The experience was added to Counter-Strike Global Offensive over time, and it is currently in PUBG. The training was ultimately the sole thing that made Shroud so effective. His aim is so accurate that in holographic he snipes with no need of scope. His accuracy is great even to click a single pixel on the screen. You need to sacrifice your time and learn every loop by playing for countless hours. Shroud doesn't attain this just like that. He sacrificed his time, learned, understood, and became a master in gaming. With proper dedication, sacrifice, and skills, anyone can become a good gamer and streamer like Shroud. Shroud and the Sentinels. Shroud is returning to the esports scene as the newest addition to the Sentinels Valorant roster. 4 years after quitting playing CS:GO professionally. With a brief reveal clip, the Sentinels tweeted about his reappearance. He has not been so subtly stating his preference for Valorant over Counter-Strike Global Offensive over a large chunk of that time. In 2021, he referred to the title as the first TAC shooter in a long time and said that as long as Riot maintained the game fresh, it won't go anywhere. This is a huge announcement for the competitive FPS community, as seen by the announcement video's current Twitter followed by over 6 million users. Even the CS:GO esports Twitter responded with a cheeky "wrong game, bro" comment. The esports community cheered when the 28-year-old joined Sentinels on July 8 before his introduction and Valorant debut. It was understandable that many people wanted to see Shroud play again. With hundreds of thousands of viewers tuning in to see Shroud's reappearance, there was intense anticipation for his debut. An estimated 400,000 spectators saw the Sentinels battle on the guard. On Twitch, the Tariq co-stream, the Shroud co-stream hosted by Nans, the Kaidi co-stream, and the official broadcast stream on the Valorant channel all attracted at least 400,000 peak viewers during Map 1. Esports Charts reports that the match's peak viewership exceeded 600,000 views towards the end of the series. Many viewers who followed Shroud back in his professional Counter-Strike Global Offensive days will remember the play where he managed to achieve a stunning triple kill to end the first map on Breeze. He was renowned for having an excellent aim and spray downs. It was a Sentinels match that had previously received the greatest attention in North America. According to Esports Charts, almost 361,000 people saw Sentinels play Luminosity during Stage 1 Masters last year. Coincidentally, Sentinels vs. LG's matchup in Week 1 of this year's NA Championship, which attracted over 218,000 peak viewers, was also the most watched match of the year. Look Looking back at some of the NA Championship's most watched matches, Sentinels can be seen dominating the top positions. In keeping with their series against the Guard, Shroud opened and finished the first map, even defeating Breeze in overtime with a 3K in a faultless defensive round. He played well on Viper, his first professional map, but what really struck out was Zelsis, another recent addition to the Sentinels, who played superbly on KAY/0. Only 18 people were killed by Zelsis, 29 kills and 13 assists. Despite losing in overtime on the first map, the Guard managed to win the series 2-1 in the end. In video games, comparing players and genres always backfires. The games, the genre, and the surroundings all differ too much. A professional gamer playing the same game does not benefit from being compared to a streamer who plays it flawlessly. The player's specifications cannot be compared. One of the best players in the world is without a doubt Shroud. He is unquestionably among the world's top FPS players. We can give him this ambiguous title once more in terms of PUBG. What do you think about Shroud? Do you consider him the best player ever existed? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Before leaving, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for notifications on our future content. With that being said, see you in the next one.